Here's a number that should bother you. The median American worker will earn $1.7 million over their lifetime. $1.7 million. And yet, the average American retires with less than $87,000 saved. That means most people earn over $1 million and end up with almost nothing to show for it. Now the easy answer is they spent too much, they didn't budget, they weren't disciplined enough. But that's not actually what the data shows. Because there are people earning $40,000 a year who are quietly building serious wealth. And there are people earning $150,000 who are one missed paycheck away from real trouble. Same country, same economy, completely different outcomes. The difference has almost nothing to do with income, and in the next 9 minutes I'm going to show you exactly what it does come down to if you want to get smarter about money, not just richer. Subscribe to Wealth Decoded. Let's get into it. Here's what most people think the wealth problem is: not enough income. If I just made more money, I'd be fine. But there's a phrase in behavioral economics called lifestyle inflation, and it works like this. Every time your income goes up, you get a raise, a new job, a promotion, your spending goes up with it. Almost automatically, almost unconsciously. You upgrade your apartment, you trade in your car, you eat out a little more, you subscribe to a few more things. None of these decisions feel extravagant, each one feels earned. But here's what actually happens to your savings rate: nothing. It stays flat or it goes down. A study from the Federal Reserve found that Americans across almost every income bracket save at roughly the same rate, around 5 to 8% of their income. Whether you earn $45,000 or $145,000, the pattern holds. More income, same percentage saved, more spent. This is why your salary isn't the problem, and it's not the solution either. The actual problem is something called the wealth gap between your income and your spending. Wealth isn't what you earn, wealth is what you keep and what you put to work. Think of it this way: income is a faucet, wealth is a bucket. Most people just keep turning up the faucet, but if the bucket has a hole in it, nothing fills up. So why does lifestyle inflation happen so automatically? Why don't we just notice it and stop? Because of something called hedonic adaptation. Your brain is wired to adapt to your current standard of living incredibly fast. The upgrade that felt amazing in month 1 feels completely normal by month 3, so you need the next upgrade to feel good again, and the next one after that. This isn't a personal flaw, this is human neuroscience. It's the same reason a pay raise makes you happy for about 6 weeks and then you feel like you always earned that amount. The financial industry knows this. The advertising industry knows this. Your entire environment is designed to move that goalpost the second you reach it. New car, bigger apartment, better vacations, nicer clothes, there's always something next. And there's always someone around you living at a slightly higher level, making your current life feel like a stepping stone instead of a destination. Psychologists call this social comparison. And for most Americans, their financial decisions are driven less by logic and more by what the people around them appear to be doing. The car in the driveway, the house in the neighborhood, the vacation on Instagram. Here's the brutal truth: most of those people are broke too, they're just better at looking like they're not. The millionaire next door doesn't drive a Porsche. Studies consistently show that the majority of people who actually hold significant wealth live well below what their income could support. They drive average cars, they live in modest homes, and nobody has any idea how much they have. There's one more trap I need to show you, and it's the most expensive one. I call it the someday mindset. It sounds like this: I'll start saving seriously once I pay off this debt. I'll invest once I get the raise. I'll get serious about money once life slows down a little. Someday is the most common reason people lose wealth. They never actually lose, they just never build it. Here's what the math looks like on that decision. 2 people, both 25 years old, both planning to retire at 65. Person A starts investing $300 a month right now at 25. Person B waits until 35, just 10 years later, and invests the exact same amount. At retirement, assuming a 7% average annual return, which is the historical average for a basic S&P 500 index fund, Person A has $798,000. Person B has $379,000. Same $300 a month, one decision, a $419,000 difference. That is the cost of someday. The people who build wealth don't wait for perfect conditions. They start with imperfect ones, because they understand that time in the market is worth more than almost any other variable in the equation. So what actually separates the 10% who build wealth from the 90% who don't? It's not earning more, it's not being smarter, it's one mental shift that changes every financial decision they make. They think in terms of assets and liabilities, not income and expenses. Most people think, I have $500 left at the end of the month, what can I do with it? An asset builder thinks, this $500 needs to be working before I touch it. That means, before lifestyle spending goes up with the next raise, they direct the difference into investments first. They pay themselves first, automatically, before they can spend it, and they live on whatever's left. They treat their future wealth like a bill, a non-negotiable, not something they'll do if there's money left over, something they do first. And then, over time, their investments generate more money, which they reinvest, which generates more. This is the compounding loop that feels impossibly slow for the first few years and then becomes unstoppable. The 90% are waiting to feel rich enough to start building wealth. The 10% built wealth first and felt it later. 3 mistakes I see constantly that keep people stuck. Mistake 1: waiting for a large sum to start. You don't need $10,000 to begin investing, you need $1 and an account. The amount is almost irrelevant at the start. The habit is everything. Mistake 2: treating savings like what's left over. Savings has to come out first, automatically, before you see it, or it never happens consistently. Every study on automatic savings contributions proves this. Mistake 3: optimizing for looking wealthy instead of being wealthy. The most financially dangerous purchases are the ones you make to signal success to other people. A leased car, a house at the top of your budget, designer brands, these are liabilities wearing the costume of achievement. Here's the one thing I want you to do this week, not this month, this week. Calculate your current savings rate. Take whatever you saved last month, transferred to savings, invested, anything that didn't get spent, and divide it by your take-home pay. That's your number. If it's under 10%, you're in the majority. If it's under 5%, this channel is exactly where you need to be. If it's 0, I promise you that changes faster than you think once you understand the system. Write your number down, seriously. That number is your starting line. Everything we build on this channel is about moving it upward. If this made you see money differently, even slightly, hit subscribe. Next video: what nobody ever taught you about credit cards and how the bank is quietly making far more money off you than you realize. Drop a comment right now. What's your current savings rate? Or if you don't know yet, write 0 and I'll see you in the next one.